What's good, people? What's good? What's good? Let's go, y'all. Let's go. This is crazy. This is crazy. Perspective, raw blog news, true and real. Trading trucks. Greg Brown, Beast Warrior. Mr. CT. Jackie J. Let's get the likes up, man. Have a great show for you tonight, man. You guys be able to pull up. I'm gonna drop the link a little bit later. So hit that like button, man. This is crazy. Daniel Berry, what up? This is crazy, y'all. This is unbelievable, man. This is we're gonna go in today, man. We're gonna spin this thing a few different ways today, man. And you could all see it. And this is tied into something I didn't want to say, but you know what I mean? Because it's like, but I said I had to say it. They said putting pressure on them for them to get LeBron to lead the Lakers. He said beyond crazy. This is crazy. And y'all can see the pattern, right? You could pretty much see how the domino is going to fall. When the minute the guy said it's people big, like some like bigger than Diddy, and you already can see the pattern and how things going to go. And I've been saying this. Once the situation happened with Puff, and anybody that's touching that Billy status is going to be in trouble. Jay-Z, I said it in one of my live. I said, yo, it wouldn't surprise me he touching that Billy status. I think Oprah. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. Thinking Oprah going down. Oprah going down. I think LeBron going down. And I think Oprah going down. I think LeBron going down. Who else? Diddy, as we could see. Anybody touching that Billy is close to it is gonna be in trouble, man. Gonna be in trouble. And see, he's so tight with it's kind of hard for me to believe because Jay-Z don't seem creepy. See, Puff, I could see that. Jay-Z don't seem creepy like that. That's why it's shocking to me. I ain't see this from Jay-Z. I ain't see this. And this the shit I heard, right? And this is exactly what I heard, but I just never really reported it, right? And what they saying, reason why I don't believe it because I've been saying LeBron is getting older, so he's declining. So that's why I didn't make no big deal of it. I'm like, he's getting older, he's declining. But it was brought to me that it's hot right now. The block is hot. LeBron cannot be on steroids this year. That's why his play was going down, that he's not on steroids this year as previous years. So the reason I didn't report it because I say he's getting older, and this is what it is. But they trying to, but I heard like he ain't on steroids. Once the Puff Daddy thing is, he know it's hot, and they keep saying no party like the Diddy party and putting his name in it, so he cannot be involved in this thing with So that's why he didn't. They said Braun couldn't use steroids, so they thinking that's why his play been the way it been. You know what I mean? He been playing better the last few games, but that's what they were saying. But I'm not putting too much into that. I'm not saying that he ain't use steroids. Yeah, I definitely believe he done that, allegedly, whatever. But I don't think his play this year has anything to do with it because he's just getting older. Like to me, this with anybody, but this is what they saying. He said the reason I believe this with Jay, he been messing with young females. And you know it's crazy. What's his name been? See, Jay-Z always been like kind of like on the sneaky side. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's gonna be hard for me to really believe that because like 13. Now, if you say 16, I could feel a little 13 is kind of hard for me to believe. 13. And the crazy part about it, it's someone else. They said it's a girl. They about to release the girl. May be morning news. Some people saying Beyonce. Some people saying J Lo. I'm thinking J Lo because Puff. I don't think it was Beyonce back in 2000. Because they said the female was dead. I don't think it's Beyonce because I don't think Beyonce is fucking with Puff in 2000. I mean Jay Z. I think she started messing with Jay Z like in 04. So I think it's J Lo. I think it's J Lo. They saying the girl was a part of it. Yeah, but a Roadblock News. But the difference is, you said Jay Z messing with young girls. You said Foxy, Aaliyah, and Beyonce was younger. But this girl, 13, is like I said. If it's 16, it's hard for me to believe. It's hard for me to believe. Like I'm gonna go and stick on that right now. I kind of I think it's a little more to it, and the reason why part of me starting to feel that it may have some strength to it because I don't think you're gonna release on a person like Jay-Z without having all your ducks in line. That's what make me think that this shit is real. Like, cause you ain't gonna come on a guy like Jay-Z. You're just not gonna do it. You're just not gonna do it. A guy like Jay-Z and it's just not gonna happen. So I think that they must have something. It got to be something strong. Jay-Z's too big of a big wig to half step like that. He's too big wig to half step like that. He said Jay-Z thought he was sneaky, but the feds sneakier. Yeah, that's the thing. And I believe Puff definitely probably cooperating. I definitely believe Puff probably cooperating. I definitely believe who on here believe that Puff cooperating. I definitely think the man is cooperating. I definitely think that. Blue Magic, what up, bro? And you can see the takedown. You can see it. These guys here. It's like right now, it's just a bomb. I believe the bomb. I believe it's gonna go in this order. I think LeBron bomb gonna come in 2025. I think Jay Z just had a birthday on the 4th. Today, what's today? The 6th or the 7th? What's today, y'all? The 6th or the 7th? He said Puff taking that one down. I think today, what's today? The 6th or the 7th? Whatever today is, his birthday was the 4th. Oh, today the 8th? God damn, back. Damn. The 8th? Man. Well, I thought today was 6th. Anyway, Jay-Z just celebrated his birthday, his 55th. Not LeBron. Puff celebrated his 55th in November. They both birthday the 4th. Puff birthday November 4th. Jay-Z September 4th. Puff birthday. Jay-Z birthday December 4th. And I think the girl may come around Christmas or maybe tomorrow. Cause they saying it's the girl. They saying the girl was there. It was Puff, Jay-Z. It was Puff, Jay-Z, and they saying the girl. I think the girl is J-Lo. I don't see it being Beyonce back in 2000. Puff. He wasn't messing with Beyonce back in 2000. I think it's he says New Jack City Part 2. It is. But I'm up, boy. Yeah, it's crazy. He said the plot twisting the girl. I don't think the girl's Beyonce. I think it's J Lo. I think it's J Lo, and I think Oprah and LeBron will be in 25. I think Oprah is going. They going. It's something. I think with Oprah. I think it's something with Oprah. Yo. I think it's something with Oprah that's going to. It is because she beefing with a couple people. You kind of can see it. I definitely think LeBron coming in 2025, and LeBron know it. LeBron might not have no case, but it may be a humiliation where he may have to lose endorsements. That's what I think. I don't think LeBron probably did anything criminally like that. I don't think he's gonna be like proud as that. But I think it may be him sleeping with two women, more of an embarrassment, him being married. The NFL gonna probably drop Jay-Z real soon. See, one thing at the NFL, Jay-Z showed like kind of a power. I think NFL gonna drop Jay-Z real soon. What y'all think? I need the likes up, man. When the lights get up, I'm going to drop the link. I don't think it's Beyonce. I think it's J Lo. I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, I need y'all to get the likes up before I drop this link though. I just think that it's too much. Like it when black people start touching money like that, and then the power. See, Jay-Z has the thing is reason, let me tell you the difference because somebody is saying Michael Jordan, and I was saying no. Michael Jordan may be the only one who, with the Billy, is safe. Reason why that I'm gonna let y'all answer that. We gonna get loose today, y'all ain't gonna get it like y'all get it here, man. We gonna get loose today, man. You ain't gonna get it like you get it here because you get a real live joint here. And we was talking, and like I said, the people touching Billy's, I think if they don't have a bill or touching it, Puff, Jay-Z, Beyonce gonna be in some type of trouble maybe. Um and LeBron and Oprah. And the reason why I think Michael Jordan's safe. I'm gonna let y'all answer it, and I'm gonna give y'all my answer in a minute. I'm gonna give y'all my answer. Reason why Michael Jordan might be safe. This is a new world order. This is definitely a new world order. Ain't no question about that. He said, "Did Kareem step away or something wrong with live?" I'm right here, bro. I'm here. I'm here in the flesh. I'm gonna give y'all one more minute. Somebody say something, and I'm gonna tell y'all why Michael Jordan is safe, and the difference is, and you can see this happening. Like nobody. The reason why Michael, y'all can hear me first before I say anything, because the last thing Dennis said was there's something wrong with this live feed. So somebody tell me if my live feed good before I say what I need to say. He says, honestly, I think they want to take money away from the black communities because all the celebrities is hitting with Rico. Nah, it's not that true and real. Oh, I'm good. Okay, so since I'm good, this is what it is. The thing is, it's the power. See, let me tell y'all this. The difference between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Michael Jordan don't say nothing. He in the side. He don't be bothered with nothing. LeBron pushes his weight around. LeBron, you feel LeBron presence. LeBron presence all on this NBA. A lot of the old timers do not like LeBron James. A lot of the old timers don't like him. They don't like how he pushing it away. He pushed for the logo to get changed. He pushed the All-Star and all this stuff. Everybody know he got Adam Silver in his pocket. It's about the power. Michael Jordan don't use his powers. I believe Michael Jordan got power. All Michael Jordan do is drop sneakers and he just makes a bunch of money. Michael Jordan don't use his power. Jay-Z use his power. People scared to death. Look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z ain't really no full-time rapper, and people know Jay-Z uses power by people know if they talk negative about. I ain't saying that you have to do something wrong. You talk negative about Jay-Z, your career is going to take a hit. That's why you notice a lot. Think about Jay-Z, LeBron James, right? Jay-Z and LeBron James is more of alike, right? Because they use their power. LeBron and Jay-Z is very, very, very powerful. They use their power, but they smart where they a little laid back. They got like they don't do too much. They both married. LeBron and Jay-Z both married. They both calculated, and they both live this squeaky clean image. The difference between Bron and Jay-Z and Puff always was extra. He always was the dog in a pony show. So the white people didn't have they you notice white people respect Jay-Z different than Puff Daddy and Jay-Z is like a whole nother level. The whole Jay-Z on a way bigger playing field with the white people than Jay-Z. I mean, than Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy is a dog and pony show. He dance around. He wear tons of jewelry. He still act like he's 18 years old. He's single. He having all these kids. So he, you know, he talks a lot. He braggadocious. He has power, but his shit different than LeBron. I mean, than Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you don't see Jay-Z with all his big bulky jewelry. Jay-Z married. Jay-Z more like he's a whole nother level than Puff. He moved different than Puff. LeBron James too. LeBron James married. LeBron James, he talks way more than Jay-Z, but the thing is LeBron James is calculated. And LeBron James make moves as far as moving people's heads when they talk about him. Now, the reason why Jay-Z and Puff is, I mean, Jay-Z and LeBron, you clearly can see LeBron learned under Jay-Z. But the thing is, they both, if you notice, you don't see no current player talks against LeBron James. You don't see it. They don't talk against LeBron James. They be scared as shit to say what they have to say about LeBron James, right? With coaches, players in the NBA today is scared as shit to talk. They don't really talk about LeBron James, right? They scared, and even a lot of media people scared to death. Also, this the most people right now talking about it because guys like Kendrick Perkins and them guys like that, they see LeBron James' power as he get into career. His power diminished than the NBA. He's not as strong as he was even 5 years ago. You know what I mean? 10 years ago. He's not nowhere near as strong because he at the end of his career. See, rap is different. Jay-Z has a heavy influence. Same thing with Jay-Z. You don't see no rappers really talking against Jay-Z. They be scared. They all be scared to talk against Jay-Z because they know even like a lot of upcoming people in the music industry, they scared to say, they will never really say much about Jay-Z. They will never say much about him because they scared that he pushing the buttons in your career and it change things. You see what I'm saying? They don't talk about these guys is more on a high level status where they could their contemporaries is scared to speak against them. They scared. They scared to speak against them. Go back in the room. They scared to speak against him. You see what I'm saying? So Puff, a lot of people take Puff at shots, but Puff is more ground level. He acts like the average. I'm not saying with us. I'm not saying this, but this is how with the white people view. Puff acts more like these rappers out there talking, just talk trash, dancing loud, just, and he don't stand for nothing strong like Jay-Z stand. Jay-Z more have a stance on stuff. When Jay-Z talk, Jay-Z more of a when he do speak, he makes sense. Puff is more got adolescence in him. Puff got a lot of adolescent ways. Vote or die. I'm telling you, man, he is no content behind Puff Daddy like you see with Jay-Z. It don't. It's no content. I seen Dame Dash last night. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's the difference. It is a big difference on that. And so the thing is, with these guys, they has power. They gonna take their power from these guys, man. That's the thing. See, if you get your money and move out the way, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Michael Jordan don't say nothing. Michael Jordan don't get into politics. You don't hear him bashing on Trump. You don't hear him doing none of that. You don't hear him. He just be quiet, living his life. These guys, they say a lot and they do a lot. Jay-Z had all that power in the NFL. They spoke on NFL being racist. NFL was like a race, so they put Jay-Z in charge to calm everybody down because the the NFL didn't want to be associated with being racist. The NFL did not want to be associated with being racist, and the NFL hired Jay-Z. Jay-Z has a lot of power and sway. He was talking about getting a team. He was trying to get together to get an NFL team. That's not happening now. That's not happening. Even if he win it, they're gonna knock him off the committee soon. He said, Rain, what you think about LeBron James going to the Warriors? What I think about it, one, I will love it. I will love it. Even though the return, I ain't crazy about really nothing on the Warriors, unless they give us Kaminga. But I love it. I just want that man off the team, man. I just want him off the team. You know what I'm saying? They figure out I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, give me him, or no deal. Get him off. Get him and some make a minimum contract so he'll be easy throwing in a trade. Get him up out of here. Boy is happy. And I do believe LeBron, if the Lakers lose tonight, and I'm hearing that LeBron James not playing tonight. Like I said, LeBron James is a narcissist. He just wants to play the 82 games just to say he did it. That's it. No way in the world you guys, you would literally just complain about the schedule. It's too many games for injuries. This is how you know LeBron James is a clown. Because this is how you know he's a clown. He was just one of the guys always talking against the 82 games season. But now you're 40 years old, you want to play 82 games. Like, quit with the jokes, man. He said LeBron's still good. He's solid, but he's killing the Lakers. He can help the Warriors. He can help the Warriors more than he can help the Lakers. I'm not saying he can't help the Warriors. I just want him off the team, man. This will be the first time getting traded. It's first time for everything, man. Let's make that happen. And I could easily see it happening. Only thing I could see is Steph Curry don't want it. If Steph Curry say he don't want it, because I know Steph Curry wasn't really jacking playing with LeBron. What I heard that behind the scenes that he's not a big fan of playing with LeBron James. So Steph be behind the scenes like, nah, don't push it or just that and the third. But he said I haven't watched a game this year. Our team is garbage. Tony Angel, yep. He said nobody want. I don't believe that. People would trade for LeBron James. You crazy? People would want LeBron James, especially all these high salary players that ain't really bringing you nothing. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you could get some of the guys. He said I want him to go back to Cleveland. I think he gonna retire as a Cleveland Cavalier though. If you may play one game with them or something. But the thing is that Dan Gilbert. That's the thing, Dan Gilbert. I think that Dan Gilbert probably like cool where he at right now. I think Dan Gilbert ain't gonna want to just go down that LeBron train no more. He's that type of owner. Dan Gilbert's different. He's that type of owner. So what you think? I don't want Brandon Ingram with the Lakers while LeBron there. I don't want him. And he getting hurt a lot. Like I'm starting like, I I still like him, but it's changing some. I had dropped the link, y'all. If y'all ain't see it, the link is up there if y'all want to pull up. Just flash your face in the background. Y'all know how we do. We got to get the likes up, though, man. Got to get the likes up. Correct, Dennis. Correct. Definitely. Puff don't stand for nothing. Puff, think about this. Look what Jay-Z. Jay-Z married. Not saying that you have to be married, but I'm not. Don't look at it as in Kareem eyes. I'm just saying public eyes. They look at, to me and us, that shit means nothing to black people. Married, that shit don't mean, but to white people, and they look at that as a sign of maturity. It's more of a badge of honor as a man being married. Just like I should see in the draft, they used to make a big deal when guys was married. Like a couple like years back, there ain't too many guys because the league is like younger now, and a lot of these guys be 19. But I remember back then, you had some guys going in the NBA married. They're like, oh, and he married, so the character. They look at that different than us. And Puff, like I said, he's 55 years old and he's not married. And he just had a baby. He got a bunch of different baby moms. And the way he moves. Jay-Z don't even claim some of his kids. What they saying his kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. As I said, for them to come out with the reports like that, they know they won't come at Jay-Z on no half-ass. They won't. He's just gonna start losing deals after deals. That's why I said, look at the difference between Jay-Z and Puff. Now, you see how Jay-Z has like friends. Who you see Puff Daddy with? Puff Daddy, I've been saying this for years. Anybody who's been following me, I've been saying this for years. Puff Daddy don't not associated with nobody. You see Jay-Z, when you see Jay-Z, you see Tata, you see Juan, you see, the guy Emery, you see Beyonce. You know Jay-Z like circle. Puff don't have no circle. Like you see him at the parties, but it's like different people. Like he invite parties, but he don't have that ace bam boom like Jay has. I dropped the link. Anybody want to pull up? This thing is crazy. And it's just getting crazier. I won't be surprised they give us something for Christmas, man. I'll be surprised we get something for Christmas. Today only the 8th. We got a bomb on the 8th on a Sunday. We got a bomb on a Sunday. Got a bomb. And this is content for a few days. Everybody right now live. Everybody right now live. And everybody giving their opinion on it. Yeah, Elder be busy. I be more available, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like this how it is with me, right? Like mostly like on Sundays and stuff, like I said, he'd be busy. I'll be wanting to come on, but when he don't be wanting to come on, like I said, I'm just not motivated. I'm not, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm not motivated because it's like I hit him and be like, yo, you wanna do a live? If he don't want to do it, I'll be like, I just won't do a live. Not that I can't come on here by myself, but I'm not motivated. Like right now, it's just like this right now just got me because I could have dropped it when it first came. I was sitting in here when I first saw the first report, and I was debating like should I come talk about it, but then it's like I had some energy. I said, "Yo, man, nah, I gotta touch on this. I have to touch on this." And it's crazy. This is what it is. You can't flex your power like that. That's just what it is. The what Vito think? I ain't really talked to him. In the group chat, we all was a group chat just touched on it briefly. You know, yeah, we touched on it briefly. But the thing about it is power. All this is power. Money and power is like is that. When you start talking about getting an NFL team and doing this and your power growing and now they got a way to get you, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. Michael Jordan not clicky. Michael Jordan is not clicky. Michael Jordan do his own thing. Magic Johnson, all he want to do is smile. Them guys is not no threats. They don't have Michael Jordan is strong for kids like his sneakers, but he don't have no troops around him. People love Jay-Z, man. This is really fucking people up. He said, low key, this is Jay Karma. This is definitely Jay Karma, especially if he know those his kids and not claim his kids. That especially. That's why I used to get mad when people used to go at get mad at the Haven and I'd be like, and Oskino always talked about it. Like, fam, all that money you got, and this been before Beyonce. Like, you can't tell me none of those kids that said that to his kids, none of them ain't nah. They got the boy, the girl, and Free kid. Free don't really say nothing about her kid, but something ain't right with that. Who's the baby father? Free was more like an Afrocentric type of woman. There's no way in the world you're not going to have no father to your child, Free. Free always spoke on morals and principles. That's why I think her baby is his baby. Because where's your baby father? Like, I can't see who's a man who just not going to say nothing and not going to step up and be a father to your kid. That, he said, y'all hate LeBron that much, y'all put anything. No, I don't know if you talk. No, I put, but you could just see the right. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is this is prediction. I'm not just saying LeBron James. I'm saying Oprah. One thing, see, you have to realize LeBron James has a lot of power. He works his power. He done got people fired off networks. He worked his power against a lot of people. And he's around both of them. He was really around Jay-Z the whole time and then around Buff. He said LeBron should have invested his son had gone to a big three. It's that power, man. That power means something, man. That power means something. And it's true. Because I don't know much, but they were saying, even with Larry Hoover and them guys, they saying, like those guys, see, I'm not from Chicago, none of that. But they games back then, with them leaders back then was different from these guys now. These guys sliding, shooting everything. They shooting from across the street. These guys, they thinking, I don't know what they thinking. These guys don't, the difference between now and back in the days, what dudes had back in the days, dudes was creep and run up on people and shoot them. Now these people, they shoot from far away. It's so many people get hit now. Like I live in New York. People who live in New York can contest to this. How many times we see people getting hit, innocent people, all the time. And I'm pretty sure not just in New York, Chicago too, and all these other places. These guys shooting from far, they shooting stuff up from, and they got these switches, and innocent people get hit all the time. And I'm pretty sure they probably suing the city. Because you could, if you're an innocent bystander, you could sue the city. Yeah, and they saying that Larry Hoover. See, like I said, I don't know detail, but they were saying Larry Hoover. They drink was structured. They wasn't doing the same thing, so that's why they doing what they doing to him. He had so much power. Larry Hoover had a lot of power, so that's why they don't want him. They don't want that power. You could get rich and ball, but when you start being a threat to these people, they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get you. Like I said, I don't know. Like, but that's what they said. Larry Hoover was super strong, but he wasn't on the bullshit like they're trying to make it out to be to keep him in jail. But they're keeping him in jail because they don't want that power, man. What up, Most? Nobody can't hear you, yo. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of power. Nah, I can't hear you. Nope, nope, nope. I definitely let you know when I can hear you. But there's a lot of we need y'all to get them likes up, man. We definitely need y'all to get them likes up. I definitely let you know when I can hear you. But that power is something, man. Likes up, man. We definitely need y'all to get them likes up. That power is something, man. That power is something, man. Get the likes up, y'all. Is we frozen? I need somebody to say something in the comment section. Are we frozen? Say something, Most. Yeah,
You
we
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah.
Okay. I said, Larry Hoover been in jail since like 75.
Yeah, but they said he was so powerful.
Yeah, he was very powerful, but um, the games that's the 70s. It was so much different back then. I mean, the 70s and the 70s in the 90s was the worst murder times of Chicago history. Especially, people don't know, especially the 70s. They were shooting up everything in the 70s, but they didn't have those switches, but they had them 22s, 38s. That's good times era. The
Yeah,
gangs was
good time. Yeah, good
yeah,
time. Yeah.
the gangs was ruthlessly ridiculous back then. And right when he got locked up, plus Vice, all of them got locked up, it got it got worse. But when dope came, that changed the game even more. Even with Larry Hoover out of jail now, he wouldn't have been able to control it like when the dope hit. A lot of the gangs start separating. That's why now with a lot of the drill rappers, they like splinters of the GDs. It's like 5 different GDs, 5 different BDs. That's when the dope gang came. Larry Hoover wouldn't have been able to put them gangs under control with the dope. It's a totally different monster now. But he still got to, he went to jail for something, but he doing all that time he was selling dope while he was in prison. That's the reason he in jail. He would have been out if they wouldn't have caught him selling dope in prison.
You think he ever going to come out?
No.
That's his last shot. He had a good shot this time here. He had a good package, a good support system.
It's because of that. It's because of that name. Even though the gang it's so different now. It don't, you see more people getting out of jail on cases like that than anybody. But with how his name was in Chicago, they just not let him out. They acting like they even let Al Capone out of prison, but they will not let him out. And he don't have all the murders on his rap sheet like Al Capone them did, which is crazy.
So you may tell me he been in jail almost 50 years?
Yeah, he been in jail since the 70s. Before I was born. But how they used to talk about him when I was a kid, I thought he was walking around.
Yo, somebody put exactly what year Larry Hoover came to jail. Went to jail.
And I know in the it had to be the 90s when they put that big case on them.
They let Big Meech, but Big Meech not powerful. He just like I said, Big Meech, nobody take him. He's more just like, okay, a drug. He's not powerful like that. See, it's a difference. He just a money getting guy and like more like a Puff Daddy type of lane. When you got like power, when you're trying to really empower people, Big Meech is nothing.
Yeah, they put that big case on them in 98. That he got that life sentence in 98. But he was in jail before then.
Oh, so he got life in 98.
Yeah, but he was in jail since the 70s before that, before murder. They said it was like a murder for hire, something he ordered. Yeah, because the guys because they was coming there and they was.
What was his sentence on that one?
I don't know exactly. I'll look it up.
So when did he get locked up in the 70 what?
It had to be okay. Damn. He was serving 6 life sentences for the murder for hire in 1973 murder for hire.
Damn, he been locked up since 73.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deroni just said in 73. Damn. He got 51 years in.
They gave him 6 life sentences for that.
How old is Larry Hoover? What year he born?
I just seen it up there.
He probably born in 1950 or something.
He was born in 1950.
That's crazy. So he's 23 years old when he got locked up.
Yep.
He was locked up at 23 years. He looked older than that. That's crazy.
And then they gave him he got a conspiracy of extortion, money laundering, running a criminal enterprise from prison. So that was some more life. He got 6 lives for the first one. So, he's serving 6 life sentences right now. Born in Jackson, Mississippi.
Wow. So he was indicted in 95. He got re-indicted.
Yeah. And that was a huge thing too is remember in the 90s, it was so bad, the murders. I mean, I come home, blood. The murders was ridiculous in the 90s in Chicago. It was shoot up, snipe. It was buck wild. So they started cracking down in Chicago, LA. They just, all those murders was happening. They was throwing life sentences around like candy. If you get caught up in there, they was tearing you up in the 90s.
So the 90s is worse than now?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought it was worse now.
Oh no, man. Chicago right now is like say when the 2000s came, the murder rate dropped crazy. 2000, 2010s, it dropped real low. We was having 900 murders a year. Now it'd be like 500, they go crazy. 400, they go crazy. But I'm looking at New York with way less. Y'all got triple the people we have. But y'all got...
We keep like about 500 murders.
Y'all keep about 500? Shoot, it look like y'all have about 300-400.
9 million of us, though. It's 9 million.
Right. And we just talking in the Chicago area, not this. We ain't talking the surrounding suburbs. But 900 something.
How many y'all be having right now? Like 5 something? Chicago?
When it got bad during COVID, the murders went up to like 5. But it has substantially went down for years. It has substantially went real low. But it's not like people just is the gang, especially gang related stuff. It ain't like that. You got people shooting people for stupid stuff, man. Like people getting into it now. They can carry their guns. They think it's the OK Corral, shooting their wife, shooting their kids, shooting their brother-in-law, killing their family. You don't hear about no gang wars, gang shootouts on the block or this neighborhood. Oh, they warring. Like back when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, they used to come out, get off the street, kids. We about to start. It's about to be on. They make us get off the streets. I mean, I'm talking 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. We outside hooping or something. They're like, y'all got to go because somebody got hurt.
I just realized something. Larry Hoover, don't he got kids that's like in their 30s?
Yeah.
How that? Oh, yeah, trailers, yeah.
He had some kids before he got locked up. Well, he got kids in their 50s. He had kids before he went in.
Nah, the other guy he got look young.
Oh, we do. I remember kids before he went in. Kids my age or older than me.
Damn, he went to 73. So he was raised in jail. His whole life been in jail, basically. He been in jail 51 years.
Yeah, he was what? He was born in 1950, so he was 23 when he got locked up.
That's crazy. 23?
Yeah.
Lucky he did have some kids.
And I think the GDs is easily the biggest, most powerful gang back in like say 70s, 80s, seemingly, maybe not, but it seemed like, and they were the most. When I say this, they were the most kind of gang bang dogmatic group. You had vice lords; they didn't care about if you came in a neighborhood with no color blue on. They didn't care about that. They didn't really care if your hat was a certain color. It wasn't that big of a deal. GDs was so much different. They really cared about colors. They cared about your hat. They always was shaking it up. We call shake it up. They always, doing their handshakes to let you know who they was. They come up to you, like say if I bring you to the block, Kareem, they're like, "What's up?" They just start trying to do their handshake with you. And I'll be like, "No, he ain't GD." They're like, "Okay." Like that.
Wow. And
BDs are like they little brothers. They kind of almost the same way. But there's not as many of them, but they kind of same way as GDs.
But it's not popping now in Chicago.
Yeah, some gang members say they BDs and stuff like that. Where they've been around. It's been a good amount of them, but back then it wasn't nearly as many.
Yeah, they said this is the most it been now because I guess the rappers keep keeping them. They put it on the map.
Yeah, but back in the day, they always together. My cousin got a BGD tattoo on his chest. They was BGD. They was all together. They were Black Gangster Disciples.
So when did King David get locked up?
I don't even know. A lot of these guys, see, I'm 49. A lot of these guys was never even on the streets in my whole life, but they be like, on King David, put it on the boss. They throw their name so much when I grew up. I'm thinking these dudes must be walking around. They calling them their king, they general all this stuff. But only one I knew got out of jail was the head of the Vice Lords, Willie Lloyd. And when he got out, tried to take control. This was in the 90s. They shot him. Said, "No, this ain't the 70s, brother. This ain't going down."
A word. So you
Yep.
have the Vice Lord, the Black P Stones, the
Yeah.
Stones, and the Mickey Cobras.
And and a bunch of other splinter gangs, a lot of Latin Kings in the uh, Mexican neighborhoods, SGDs, Spanish Gangster Disciples, um, and then you had insane vice lords. They more like they was like Muslim. They El Shabazz. Then you had the conservative vice lords. They were more like a political organization. There's a lot of them out west.
Yeah, I'll be seeing conservative and Saints and all that.
Then you got the four corner hustlers. They don't get along with the vice lords or the GDs a lot of time, or the
You know,
BDs.
it's crazy because Four Corner Hustlers is not in South Side Chicago. That's just the West Side.
Yeah, it's like it's not a lot of vice lords on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, not Vice. Yeah, Vice Lords and Four Corner Hustlers is more of a West Side.
Right? It's no GDs on the west side.
Yeah, it's no GDs. It's BDs on the West Side.
Nope.
So it's
You
just
got
Vice Lords, Four Corner Hustlers, right? What about
vice
P Stones, right?
Yeah, P Stones, Vice Lords, Four Corner Hustlers, Latin Kings on the West Side. It might be little pockets of certain. Now anything goes. Like I'm telling you, in the '90s, it became anything goes. Because my friend, he grew up an insane Vice Lord. Then he flipped to a traveling Vice Lord because the travelers started being known as they was like Big Meech and started being known as getting money. They had the cars, they had the jewelry. They started. It was around the rappers and stuff like that. Like who like not Twisted, but these other rappers. They had a lot
Twisted
of
from the
stuff going.
West Side, right?
Yeah, Twisted from the West Side. I think it was Crucial Conflict. They had a lot of going on with the Travelers, so they didn't care nothing about colors. They'll wear any color. What they had, they was like, look, we out here getting money, and people thought I'm going to be a traveler. Then other people said, well, I'm going to be a folk corner hustler. I'm going to be conservative. So then they start branching off to all these other gangs. They start naming them all kind of names, and they started a war. I'll come home, I'm hooping. They come around the corner, just start with bats and stuff. I'm like, what's going on? And they like, oh, they just knew me from hooping all that time. But they at war with these guys, 16, 17, 18 years old, because they was what we call flipping in Chicago. You don't change gangs. If you change gangs, you getting a beat. That's how it was. They're gonna try to kill you they're gonna beat you every time they see you if you flip. So that's what started happening like in the 90s. A lot of flipping. That's why a lot, GDs became BDs, BDs became BD, and you had BG. It really ain't a lot of BGs. I don't even know if it's any of those anymore. You had GDs, BDs, and it was a lot going on with that. And the Mickey Cobra, they're a little different. The P Stones, because there's a lot of older guys. They don't really recruit young guys. They don't want young guys. It's
Yeah,
more like
you see, yeah,
it's more like it's more like a family thing. They're more family
yeah.
oriented, and they don't and they be doing stuff like block club parties. This is stuff Vice Lords used to do in the 80s and 70s. They would knock on our doors and bring us Christmas presents.
A word.
Yes, that's what the conservative Vice Lord used to do. They're holding events like dance parties, skate parties. They was donating to the neighborhood. What happened was they got big doing that. See, Jesse Jackson was hooked up. He started going to the gangs and try to teach them to stop the violence. So they would start doing movements like that. They started getting politically motivated. But the Chicago PD started grabbing gang members, dropping them off in the other neighborhoods, saying, this is the one who shot y'all homie. They started beating up gangs. They seen the political power, and the federal government started donating money to the organizations. So the police had to start some shit, murders, all kind of stuff happened. So he made it that way. So they wanted to splinter them back up. And this was the early 80s. So they wanted to fracture it because they seen so much power that the gangs was having to actually help. They was on especially a lot of them was on the Black Peace. I mean not Black Panther. They seen what the Black Panthers was doing, and they wanted to be like that because Black Panther was in Chicago also. Plus, Farrakhan is based in Chicago, so we grew up with the Black P Stones, with Farrakhan. Them, they movement was going around. We grew up with Crate. That's how it was in Chicago. You'll see over here, you'll see Farrakhan them. You'll see the Black P Stones. You'll see conservative Vice Lords doing stuff. Then you will see that pimp, what's his name? That big time pimp with his green and gold on. So you'll see these the jackleg preachers stealing money, got more hoes than anybody. Then you seen the real preachers who was helping people. But it was a lot of everything going on, and you knew where you stood at. You know what I mean? Okay, you know what these guys stand for. You know what they stand for. Like when I grew up, the gangs wasn't cool. We laughed at gang members. We laughed at them in the 70s and 80s. We were y'all a joke. Y'all wearing matching colors. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. We would laugh at them. They'd come up to you, what you ride? We like the CTA.
I know Bishop Don Juan is from Chicago.
Yes, as a kid, Bishop Don Juan gave us money.
All the time I thought he's from St. Louis.
He's from the west side of Chicago. He ride up in a green and gold Cadillac, and a woman in a Cadillac with a.
I always thought he's from like either Detroit or like St. Louis.
He from Chicago. They ran him out of Chicago. The vice lords ran him off the west side. That's why he went to L.A. Because he became some stuff happened, and he went and became a preacher. Then he opened back up a church on the west side. He had all his former prostitutes up in there, and they was like, "Man, this dude playing with God," and they bombed it. They firebombed his church.
Wow.
And then the other guys from the Moody Bible Institute was helping him, but they slowly but surely he started putting back on the gold and the jewelry, and they stepped away from him. Like, we not offering you no protection, no help. Because they was like you kind of pimping on the side, man. Then he went to that's when he went to L.A. like the mid or late 90s. He got up out of Chicago.
Wow. So what you think about Jay-Z?
A lot of these cases, until you see some substantial, I don't take it as too much of nothing. Because so many people want to come up in the woodworks now and get a little payday, get $1. Then until I see some substantial, I don't really take it serious. When I see some substantial, then I'm like, okay, this means something. But right now in this stage, and we see Jay-Z put a statement out already, said, nah.
Yeah, he put that thing out fast. That was smart of him, though.
Yeah, he said, nah, we not finna play. They seen the failures of other people who sat and waited. Sort of like when Michael Jackson paid up and sat and waited, and Michael Jackson later said, I ain't finna pay up nothing. I'm sitting waiting. We're going to go to court. He fought it. So now people say that perception alone is, I want to be on it. And I think that's the internet. The internet, it kills me this, Kareem. Why the internet act like Jay-Z is Farnsworth Bentley or Mace?
What about that?
Like he was underneath P. Diddy. Like he was P. Diddy right-hand man. Jay-Z had his own empire, his own thing going on. And Diddy had his own thing going on. Yeah. I don't know how, like, the internet marrying them like they one and the same. Like they always roll together. I don't remember Jay-Z always rolling with Diddy.
Nah, that's the same thing. Far as that, I always said that. I'm like, I don't remember them being together like that. They definitely wasn't together like that.
Yeah, but that's how self the internet is. Like, well, okay, now, and they like, now we want Beyonce, and I'm like, what is this coming from? Now Beyonce? Like, what Beyonce got to do with Diddy in these situations? I know, like you said about Jay-Z, his own thing about those so-called kids and all this stuff for years, but this, in the year 2000, what did Jay-Z have going on in 2000? That even married Diddy to him. I don't know. I don't know if Jay-Z was always at the parties. I
don't even know. That's what I said. I was away then, so I don't know.
Well, I remember like so much of the party, so much of the labels doing parties and stuff like that. Where you know how you got pictures of everybody with everybody back in the day because labels controlled everything, and you had to be at these events or these parties. These wasn't like they act like these was Diddy. They act like these was Diddy personal parties that label was hosting. Like, oh, there go Aaliyah by Jay-Z. That means Aaliyah was dating Jay-Z.
What? I don't believe these Jay-Z reports, though.
I don't it's hard for me to believe it, but like I said, Jay-Z is a big wig. I don't think they release nothing like that. I don't think they'll play with him if they don't got nothing. That's my thing. Right? They're not going to play with a Jay-Z like that.
Because I feel like Jay-Z's smarter than Diddy, and I feel like Jay-Z is very quiet. You don't never really see Jay-Z get exposed for anything. So if he was to do something, it'd be something that we would never expect, and he was just got exposed. But I don't know. I don't really believe it. Now the Diddy stuff I believe, but the Jay-Z, you gotta have more proof of that.
Jay-Z, like I said, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. And like I said, I see how Jay moved throughout the years. But like I said, they not gonna play one thing, they're not gonna do that. They got it's something, man. I can't be dismissive towards it.
Yeah, I can't
Can't be
dismiss
dismissive
nothing.
because they not gonna play with Jay-Z like that. So it make me think that something is there. They're not gonna play with him like that.
Yeah, I think this case is, some little side lawyer trying to get a run for the money. I don't think this the powers that be, because anybody can come out and throw something on you now, and let's see how I want to see how far I get. If it get further, but Jay-Z put it out like, oh, he asked for some money before this happened. So he like, okay, I'm finna put this out now. That Jay-Z said, no, we ain't giving y'all no settlement money. What you doing?
But the thing is, though, Kareem, if Diddy does go down with his stuff, he can just be pardoned. So it really don't matter if he goes down because he can just be released.
What? What you mean, pardon?
Like the president can pardon him out of prison.
Look, you ain't even getting nowhere near close to a presidential pardon. That ain't. It's anybody can get pardoned, but come on now, anybody
What?
get pardoned, but he ain't. Don't even look to no pardon. That ain't even in the nowhere near headline story. And ain't nobody pardoning no pedophile. I ain't
You
never
don't
heard
think?
of that. I ain't
You
never
don't,
heard of a
you
pedophile
don't
getting no
think?
pardon.
You don't think so, Kareem? You don't think that's possible? Yeah.
I stepped away. I've never heard of anybody assaulting a child getting a pardon ever in the history of pardons.
Mm.
Never. So you can throw that out your mind. Don't even put that in your mind. And
Yeah,
Donald Trump definitely not doing it. And he only got 4 years. He got 4 years, and he ain't even been convicted yet. It may take 5 years for the case to go through.
mm. I believe this Diddy stuff, but the Jay-Z stuff is hard to believe, man. I don't know. It's hard, man. I don't see this Jay-Z stuff being true.
But then they said they it's a woman co-defendant that they about to bring out there.
But the
That's
one thing,
they're not gonna play with him. See, this is my whole thing. They not gonna play with Jay-Z like that. I think they're gonna be something that they're gonna be able to battle with. I'm not saying they're gonna win. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm shocked like y'all, but for it to even come out like that.
I'm not shocked. I'm
but
not shocked at all.
one thing you can say though, Jay-Z did date Foxy Brown when she was 15, so
You can't say that Foxy Brown said she never dated Jay-Z out of her mouth.
But
People
I don't
say
think
that.
I don't think she's ever gonna come out
I
and say that.
always heard, hey, Mos, I'm from New York, and I know a lot of niggas like behind the scene. I always heard he was hitting it. But the difference between, let me tell you the difference between Jay-Z messing with Foxy Brown at 15 than y'all saying in 2000 he messed with a 15-year-old. Think like this. In 2000, how old was he? I mean, 13-year-old. How old was he in 2000?
Probably like 20, 28.
In his 30s.
Nah, in 30s. Think like early 30s. I can't picture him being early 30s messing with a 13-year-old. See, the difference you saying, the difference is him messing with Foxy Brown at 15. He probably was 20 something. You see what I'm saying? So
But why?
Yeah.
It's a difference.
But
And
why
plus them.
that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, but why at that age you want to mess with somebody that young though?
Bro, how old is you? How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, 23. Let me tell you about them times we grew up in the 90s, early 90s. I used to be in grammar school. It was grown men pulling up to holler at girls in 8th grade. That was the culture back then. I'm talking from the beginning of time, I say until they really started frowning on that in the 2000s. I knew guys in high school, or girls in high school, a lot of their boyfriends was grown men, 25, 26, 27, 28. I'm not saying it's right, but that was not frowned upon. I seen R. Kelly at the McDonald's, not looking for the grown women on him, not looking for no fine 18-year-olds or even 17-year-olds. He was looking for the ugly ducklings. Now he a predator. He a different kind of monster.
R. Kelly
You
from
know
the West Side, right?
he from the kind of south side. He from the south side, low end, from low end.
I look at it like this. I feel like a older man will go after a younger woman because they're trying to groom them.
Of course, that's exactly why they do it.
And I feel like nowadays girls look older than what they look older than what their age really is. A girl could be 17, but she can look 21, 22. She might be, her body may be developed more than another girl. You get what I'm saying? So
That's
a
what they.
man, he's looking at older. Her body look good, but she still, when you talk to her, you could tell she's a kid. They looking at it from a sex aspect. They're not looking at, oh, we know this girl a kid. They looking at, oh, because she got a body. You get what I'm saying?
They've been look, bro. They've been saying that same excuse since the 70s. I remember them saying it. These girls nowadays develop fast. Girls been developing this at the same speed since the 50s, man. 50, 60. They period come on a little faster now, maybe a year or two. But guys, it's not our job to just look at their body. It's our job to know who they is. Because you want to go to jail because you just looked at a body, or you want to pick up, or you want to pick up a tranny because you just looked at a body part. I just say, I mean. So men try to use that excuse, but ain't gonna be no excuse when you go into jail. You know what I mean? So, but guys try to use that. Girls developing now faster, but it's. I've been hearing them say that, man, since I've been a kid. These girls develop so fast now, and I know they be dirty old men looking at these girls. They be in their 30s looking at 15, 16-year-old girls. I mean,
that is crazy.
We went on a trip to the Cook County Jail. And them grown men was going crazy. Them girls in the 6th grade. And I was like, what? I'm like, why they send us to the jail? Guy said, because that's most of y'all going to be at. I said, y'all crazy up in. That's just, they buck wild.
That's crazy. Wow.
But now, see, it's good. Our generation kind of broke that path. We had too many girls being groomed. Groom wasn't even a word we used back then. Guys would act like, hey, guys pull up on the girl with sounds with a car. Say, man, why you want a 15-year-old? They too goofy. They too young-minded. Come on with me. But
the crazy thing about it is nobody ever get on Karl Malone about getting a 13-year-old pregnant.
They do get on Karl Malone. He ostracized. Karl Malone is ostracized from everything. When we found out about that, it was after his basketball career or something like that. But no, nobody, because nobody care about Karl Malone. He's not talked about as one of the greats, even though he got all them scoring titles and all that stuff. All them points. He's not talked about like that. But and so I'm telling you too. I'm saying back then that was not a thing. I'm telling you, myself. I'm hollering at a girl, and I should have known better. She was like 14. I was 18. I still could have went to jail. I'm sitting up in her house. Her daddy come home. I jump out the window. I didn't even know till her mother called the house and said, I'm looking for my daughter. She missing.
Did she look like she was 14?
No, but I still should have known better. Just because she was tall and everything. I should have known better, not just with how she looked, but how she act. Like that's why she act like that. That's why that's what if you don't say nothing and be quiet, you can kind of fool people. Once you start talking,
you can tell they're young. You can tell they're young.
But still, I didn't jump into anything with her like that because I'm like, yeah, whatever. I seen her when I see her, but still thinking, hey, stuff like that happen.
But that's why I say most. I don't think it's like, like they know they young thing. They just looking at their body. That's what they're looking at. I don't think it's we don't care they young. They looking at the body. That's why men be like that and do stuff like that.
Yes, some of the men like R. Kelly, no, he knew that he wanted them young. He went after young. He didn't want no grown woman, or he wanted a grown woman whose features was like a child. Look at his ex-wife. She was small. Her features was like a child.
Yeah,
he went after.
Look good though. Gee.
Now I'm talking about when she was younger. Look at her body now. Look at her body now. She still have a slim, small frame, and she was a dancer back then.
Yeah, but she was
And
flexible and everything.
but he was dating children long before her. I mean, that's what
That's
he was
sweet.
going after. He would pull up at the high schools and get high school girls, and not no fine high school girls who 18 or 17 about to 18. He went after the ugly ducklings because he wanted to groom them. He wanted to be like he they world. He put them on. It's a power thing too. But like say guys that's like, a guy meet somebody at a club, they drink and they might have some sex. We know that's a whole different monster where he didn't know that she was in the club and she was only 16. Stuff like that do happen. But even the courts a lot of times don't prosecute those guys because it happens. I've seen some guys that it happened. The courts threw it away because of, this girl was in the club. This girl was somewhere she wasn't supposed to be. But
So
when you
do
got to,
so do, so do you believe that crazy report that Diddy made a 9-year-old give him head? That's hard to believe.
I don't know nothing about that stuff. I'll be like, I'm not gonna be an investigator or police. Let the police and investigators do their job. Because if this stuff was going on for all these years and they let it go, it's crazy. And I don't even trust the New York police how they act. And they acting to me like they doing like the OJ. They doing too much. You like y'all if y'all want to put somebody in jail, take your time and be serious about it. Don't get up there trying to like they trying to run for office. We're gonna release this information, and then you can have one person up there, a total liar, and mess up a case of real women who've been abused
Yeah,
from
because
one
you
liar
did.
getting up there. Because they got like, when they announced it, they had like 56 people or something stand up, men and women. They're going to say, wait a minute, dude, you weren't even in, but he was in Atlanta at that years. He'll say, oh, did he touch me in Buffalo, New York or something? You know how people stand up, they want that money.
But
They come up there with them.
if that's the case, I feel like Diddy worse than R. Kelly. I just
What?
think R. Kelly got caught.
What you mean he got caught? What you mean?
Like I'm saying,
If,
he went to prison. I'm saying like Diddy, like he only reason why Diddy is in the situation he is because he didn't pay Cassie. Remember in the beginning he was talking about she lying, she just trying to get money. I felt like if he would have just paid her that money, would have never let it get out, none of this ever come out because
no, that
he gave other people the confidence to come out and say he did this and that. Now
that was
he
a.
exposed. R.
But
Kelly,
remember, in the beginning, it was an assault situation. He assaulted. It wasn't all these. It wasn't nothing to do with no child.
yeah,
So him assaulting grown women, like beating them up, or he harassing grown women, or like he trying to put grown women into like how they prostitution because it was a thing back then. They'd be like, hey, get my man some head. That's one reason. But that's one reason Tupac went to jail. The girl went to have sex with Tupac, but what happened was Tupac left the room and his boys came in. She said she didn't consent to have sex with them, and Tupac wouldn't give up their name, so they charged him with the rape. That's what happened with Pac. Now Pac was saying, well, she was a hoe. That's what they do. But that don't mean she gave consent to them. And a lot of people didn't even know the situation that happened with Tupac. But he didn't
yeah.
want to
But
give
I
up his
don't
boy.
like the fact that she lied though and say he did it. I
No,
didn't
she,
like.
she no, she didn't say he did it. She said what happened. She said how it happened. The men that
No,
it happened.
if you go look at her interview with Vlad TV, she said Tupac was the one that raped her. She
I don't
lied and
remember that.
said Tupac raped her, and Tupac didn't rape her. I felt
I,
like the situation was she was mad that Tupac used her. He like Tupac said, she gave him head on the dance floor, and I guess she wanted to keep messing with Tupac, and
no,
Tupac
she
didn't want to
no,
mess
see
with
that.
her no more.
No, that's not what happened. That's what people say. No, she did do that on the dance floor, and then she came back to the room. She came back to the room and slept with him. Then the next day she came back again. That's when
And
his boys got her.
oh,
That
but
she
it
never
was
said that, and that's still. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. If you are the person who responsible for, like, say you invite a woman over, that's your hotel room in your name in your money, right? And
mhm.
this happened to her, you are considered a rapist too. That's how the law goes, my brother. It's just like somebody commit a crime and you in the car, they jump in the car and rob a bank. You gonna be charged with the bank robbery too. Or you with somebody who shoots somebody, you getting the murder charge too. That's how crime goes in this country. But that's the reason why he didn't get no first degree assault charge, he would have been in jail like
Yeah,
9,
they
10
charged
years.
him with touching her butt, which I don't understand. That's crazy. I just think the cops hated Pop, so they really wanted to put him in prison, so they just wanted to get him on anything. That was
Brother, that ain't what happened. He allowed that woman to be raped. He didn't want to stand up for her, and he got scared and didn't want to say them guys' names because there was some thugs in New York. That's what happened over there. And he tried to play that role. That's why he was over there crying when he was in jail. He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't tell on them. When he got shot, some guys he was hanging with. This stuff is real out here in the streets. Like they would talk about people getting extorted and stuff. It's real when you're dealing with real street, like these people who they don't care about their life. They damn sure ain't gonna care about your life. Then you let them get close to you because you want to rap about thug niggas and stuff like that. But then when it get real, you want to cry. When you get locked up, then you say, the government, they just don't like me. I know they feel like other people do it too all the time. They get away with it. But when you get caught, it's just somebody you'll see Wallow and Gilly, he'll talk about it. He's like, I've been a criminal. I can't make that excuse. A lot of people come out, they be saying, man, you was a criminal. He just admitted. Admit what you did. You allowed it to happen. And the same thing with the Diddy and R. Kelly situation. R. Kelly was doing it for decades. It was the 90s when he married Aaliyah. Then it was the early 90s. He was going to the high schools. People was complaining back then, but guess what? The lawyers, they were sticking it on there. The police wasn't prosecuting it. The radio stations knew in Chicago, they kept playing his music. They kept playing it. Then something happened with Jay-Z. R. Kelly, yeah, Chicago ain't got my back. That's why I said Chicago. Man, I'm through with him. I tell people, man, come on now. He turned his back on Chicago, just like Kanye West. I said, how y'all got anything to do with them two bums? R. Kelly or Kanye West? Time when shit hit the fan, why y'all ain't got my back? They wouldn't do this to Jay-Z if the situation happened with him and Jay-Z.
Most of them.
Both of them wild. But I say worse. I mean, I don't want to say no worse. It's just both of them is just stupid. If that's true about Diddy, it's to molest a child when all them women around, a 9-year-old or a 13-year-old.
That's just hard to believe.
Look, I bet you. Look, I'm guaranteeing you, me, can't no average person get around no Diddy house or a Diddy party or R. Kelly. They don't let people get around his circle, right? Without vetting them, knowing who they is, where they come from, who they people. So it shouldn't be no way that a child, 13, 16, 17, 15, can get anywhere close in a circle without knowing what's going on. Ain't no way. Ain't no excuse.
So most, do you believe he did something to Justin Bieber and Usher?
I don't know. I don't care about that. I mean, that's that super gossip Wendy Williams stuff, man. I'm too old even. I don't care about that stuff, man. And I know y'all young, but I do know. I say we used to have parties back in the day. House parties was the big thing. House parties, parties at somebody's house. When I was younger, they having a party, what y'all call a freak off. We call them the freak party, all this stuff. But you had to know somebody to get in. They weren't just letting anybody get in.
Why? They feel like it's federal agents in there?
No, because a lot of them was federal agents, Chicago police, fire department. It was professional people in there too who was hosting these things. Like we say, celebrities. They was hosting these things. They wouldn't just let anybody in there. And then when you get in there, it's just a party. You ain't invited to the back room, my brother. You ain't gonna randomly see no Diddy in the back room. You just some dude off the street. That's why people be telling these rumors. I said, man, that guy lying. It don't make no sense. You ain't finna be walking through no mansion and just open up a door and see him with Meek Mill or somebody. It do not, especially like say my cousin have parties. We ain't finna walk through her house and just randomly open up a door to see me sneaking off with my girlfriend in there. That's what we used to do. We was young. We up in there playing spin the bottle. We was buck wild. I was like, man, these kids now they don't have parties like that. It don't matter. The tape, you ain't seen one tape. I don't believe what the police say. They say it's confirmed on the tapes. We talking about the R. Kelly tape? Because police always lie and say they confirmed something on tape to get more evidence. They ain't
Yeah,
releasing no tape. I don't believe nothing the police say, man.
they were
Don't never
sitting
believe
there
police.
saying that did you see the reports about them talking about OJ bodyguard got a confession and it was all lies. Like it was just his bodyguard just talking.
Yeah, I know.
There was
See,
never
one
no
of the
confession video.
yeah, and they do it like say Diddy ex-girlfriend about that when that book came out and found that it was a white man who wrote the book. A
Oh, so that
white
wasn't
man
her?
wrote. No, it wasn't Diddy. They said that she had wrote a book saying Diddy killed her and all this stuff. Remember, these rumors on Diddy and this stuff was happening for years. It's almost like the police look at YouTube and say, "Oh yeah, let's put a case on this." I don't trust the police. Be messing up, man. Police always wanted the police. Oh, and they'll tell you, "Hey, Diddy, we got this tape and all this stuff. Hey, get a good lawyer. Let us see the tape because you're supposed to give evidence to. They got to get the evidence. You're gonna bring it to trial. Well, we looking over the tape. Like you can go on TV right now. They'll pull me over and say, uh, I was speeding, but I got a dash cam on, and it'll show that I never was speeding. But when we get to court, they'll say, "Hey, let us see the tape." The police will say, "Yeah, you got to give us a subpoena to get that tape." Don't never believe what the police say, y'all. Ever, ever. Even when they got a tape, they'll lie. I grew up with Rodney King. They beat Rodney King half to death, and they said, "Look at it." They slowed the tape down. See, he didn't hit him that hard, and they said, "Yeah, not guilty." If they got slam dunk evidence, they would have been got Diddy a long time. He walked around for about a year or months after they raided his house. I ain't never seen that where they raid somebody's house, but then you don't get them. Like what? Like what's going on? But that's not saying he didn't do it. He might have did it, but I'm saying that don't mean they got slam dunk evidence. If you start bringing up people and they're gonna say, "Well, he assaulted me here," well, I was in a room by myself with him, or this guy came in, or I talked to this. You never know. That's why sometimes, But
you never really seen proof. Only thing we got proof of is that he beat up Cat. That's the only thing.
right,
We've never seen anything else but him beating up Cat.
right. And I'll say there's a lot of people they talking a lot. Like, put yourself in that shoes. Y'all know somebody like True and Real said the police try to get him like that. Y'all know somebody don't lied on them and try to get them with some madness. And think about yourself. That's why a lot of times I just step back and say it will be what it will. I don't make no final judgments on nobody's character because of something that happened. I work with a lady who pushed me out the way because she tried to make her buzz. She tried to make the bus. And I'm like, wow. Right? And so she stopped talking. I'm like, dang, she pushed me. That was foul. And so she started doing real disrespectful. I told our boss. She turned around and said that I assaulted her. Now, I'm 6'2", 260. And she like 5'4", 140. Right? Y'all know how I talk. I be talking loud and crazy. They're like, yeah, that sounds like Trent. Man, I can't believe you assaulted that woman. Right? She said all this stuff about me. And I was like, what? And I pulled up the tape of her pushing me out the way. She tried
that was smart. That was smart though.
And then our supervisor was like, yeah, well, this going on, and y'all can't get along. But if it was me, ain't no get along. You're fired. You assaulted a woman.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
But for her to lie on you like that, that's kind of crazy though.
And that's not and that happened because that's not the first or the second. With our job, that's how it be with people. People will lie on you about something like that.
No, but the crazy thing about it, most though, why lie? If that, why make that crazy of a lie? It's on camera that you didn't do that. So why even make up a crazy lie like that? Especially if I ain't even never touched you.
People lie from fear. People lie for money. People lie from habit. Some people all they do is lie. That's they language. They wake up in the morning, start lying. And she lied from fear. And a little while later, she finally got fired because she sent some message to the supervisor, some crazy stuff, to a building engineer. Like, wow. So it was like a my word, her word. But when they looked at the tape, they seen the tape of her push me out the way. But then by that time, it was whole new owners and stuff in the building. So they're like, well, let's move forward to this. And you know, and like you said, baby mama stuff happened with my first wife. She threw a whole book. My leg was broke. She threw a whole book stand on my head, hit me with an iron, and said, I'm gonna lie to the police so you'll never see your kids. You know what I did? I went to the police station and they seen the bruise on my arm. They took her, they locked her up.
That's crazy.
And if I wouldn't have did that, right, I could have lost my license to work. I could have lost my kids. She would have said I hit her. And when the police came in to get her, he hit me. Look, he hit me. And they said, nope, get up. And they took her to jail.
But they gotta have proof that you hit her. If you never touched her, how's she gonna lie? You gotta prove it.
She still lied. But what I did was I went to the police station, and when I was telling them, they act like they didn't care what I said. When I showed them that big old bruise on my arm, then they called over the police force to go get her. But sometimes some guys don't say nothing, you know, but people can say anything to make you look bad or lie on you or
Like
mess you up.
Like how it was in that one movie with Martin Lawrence. What was that one movie with Martin Lawrence where the girl was crazy?
Yeah.
And he tried to tell the cops that she doing
Right.
stuff to him, and they started laughing at him.
Yeah, but you know, we know the arrogance of Diddy. We know the crazy part. We know that I can see the Mog is they down there popping pills, drinking like crazy. And when you start doing stuff like that, they probably start assaulting all kind of people. You heard the stories from Superhead back in the day. You know, which they all taking X pills, they popping pills, they have it just wild parties, wild orgies, craziness happen because their inhibitions are gone when they getting high like that. Because I know, like, it's certain group, I know guys who, you know, pop pills, guy who was snorting coke and all that. They know that when I was coming, they didn't party with me. They'll hoop with me. They'll go over here and do this with me when we doing something over there. But I couldn't get invited to the room where they was snorting coke at. I didn't sit in a room with guys who were smoking blunts. You know what I mean? And you don't sit in no room with guys who are like bisexual because they know that, oh, you're not bisexual. You're not invited over here. Or, you know, I knew guys who was raping girls. They called it the other level back in the day. They would actively look to get a girl, bring her to a basement, have sex with her. Then his friend down there too, he would sneak out the room and his other friend would come in and act like it's him to have sex with her. That's rape. And I was like, y'all some raper men. This way back in the 90s, this stuff was happening. I said, y'all, what is this? And the guy like, no, what you talking about? We call that the other level. And they would laugh and giggle about it, say the girl dumb though. They would find a young, kind of a young girl, impressionable, who really like a guy who, you know, like, man, she'll do anything for me. His buddy's like, well, let me have her. Pass it to me. This some type of scandalous stuff these guys was doing, man, in my age range, what they was doing to women. When you hear Snoop and them rap about bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, they lived that out in the 90s and 2000s. They was treat every woman like a bitch, like she wasn't nothing. They was actively they was actively trying to smut every woman they came across out that way back then until they fell in love with them. Then they get mad and they start fighting and shooting. That's how the gangs do. They fall in love with one and they don't heard she been with him, and now they got to kill him. A lot of dudes have fallouts like that. But that's the kind of wild stuff they was doing, man. These dudes predators. A lot of them. You heard stories about T.I. and Tiny. You heard stories about this person and that person. And I'm not talking about no celebrity. This stuff that average guys who work, like guy work on a guy deliver mail, a guy who was security guard was into. Can you imagine the level of celebrity? It goes above and beyond some stuff that the regular guy could get into, stuff like that. So,
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey,
Yeah, that's crazy. But yo, I had to run. Y'all can stay on, but I have to run.
All right, I'm about to get out of here too. I got to go upstairs. All right,
Thanks
Kareem.
for pulling up, Jalen.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay.